Welcome back to another episode of Famous Reality TV, and today it is going down on the Bad Boys LA. Now this episode started with Jonathan and Rio fighting. Rio on the ground. We didn't even get to see how he got on the doggone ground. But either way, he on the ground, Jonathan on top of him pulling his doggone braids out. Now they showing Jonathan with the braids in his head talking about this ain't even my hair. Like these people are off the chain. Then you got Milan Christopher saying no more. My leg hurt. This hurt. Boy, your leg been hurting since the doggone studio. And you still turned around and fought Carry-On. I am sick of him. Now you got Jonathan over here in the corner. He grabbing the fire extinguishers about to blow Milan down. These boys is wilding. Now Milan all of a sudden talking about Jonathan trying to burn the house down with the lighter and the extinguisher. Now he leaving his friend upstairs about to leave the house. I wish you would invite me to a house and all that go down, because next I gotta beat your ass for even calling me. Then you got the nerves to leave me up here with security on the ground talking about you finna leave. You can't take the heat. You done been fighting all this time. Now when somebody come up in this house and want to fight you, it's a problem. You fought Anthony for the room because you knew you probably was going to win that fight. That was no issue with you. Then the rallies. Then you had Curtis that you done stole on. And I still feel like Curtis failed us on that notion. But that's another story. But dude, now all of a sudden you want to run out the gates. This dude is literally headed towards the gates. He's trying to be out of there. And in the midst of this, y'all, while Milan trying to run out the doggone front gate, Jonathan is still upstairs dragging Rio. Why is this man still on the ground? They can't contain Jonathan. I know he a big old fella, but where's the big old security guards and all the rest of them at? Like, why is this man still on the ground? I couldn't understand that for the life of me. And Jonathan with them doggone braids in his head then almost took me out, like completely, out of air. But at least Rio had the doggone guts to even go head to head with Jonathan. Because Milan, they fighting over your room. Don't be talking about, then he had the nerves last episode talking about, oh, well, I can't share my room with him because I'm sharing it with Rio. Dude, you called Rio that next morning after Jonathan went to stay in a hotel. It wasn't like Rio was always coming to stay up in your room. Like, we're watching the same show, right? So after Jonathan then rolled the punches on Rio, he went downstairs. He promised security, of course, that he wasn't going to fight no more. So he was ready to go down there and turn up. You know, what was done had been done. I don't know if he still was going to get that room or not, but, you know, he had felt like he had did what he supposed to been done. So we still got Rio up there putting his shoes on. Now he done took out, started running. He's looking for Jonathan. So, of course, at this point, if he runs up on that man, he asking for everything that he gets. So then Then doggone Carry-On talking about where your stuff at. He's talking about in my room. Boy, Jonathan is a mess. Man, I swear. So they headed off in front of each other. Security guard standing in front of Jonathan. Next thing you know, Rio swung. Looked like he got him one punch off Jonathan, maybe in the chin or the neck area. Jonathan hit him so hard, he slid across the whole floor. I was like, damn. So Rio ended up snatching Jonathan's chain, and it popped off. And that reminded me of when Anthony snatched Milan's chain. So I guess that was an eye for an eye type of thing. Who knows? But that was a mess. So they all got the security laying on top of them, trying to hold them down. Here they go again. Rio done been held down twice on the ground. He should be tired of being on the ground, boy. At this point, you know, at this point. So Rio goes outside. I guess one of his friends, one of the dudes that was showing on last episode, whoever he was, he ended up asking Rio, like, did he rush you? Or whatever the case was. He didn't really rush him that second time. The first time either, because he came for him first. So Jonathan come up out of nowhere and then pushed them or stole on them one, knocked them in the doggone little fish pond or whatever it is out there. Jonathan then failed, been tackled by security. This stuff is just a hot doggone mess. Now, a lot of people may say that Milan called the wrong person, but no, he called the right person because Rio is with us. He might not be able to whoop, you know, Jonathan or whatever, but he's with it. But the fact that I'm looking around like, what the hell is Milan at this point? I don't even see him nowhere in the camera view, nowhere. Now, I know he was dashing towards the front gate, but did he leave? Like, what is going on here? Now, out of nowhere, the doggone camera pans to Milan Christopher. Why the hell is he on the outside of the gate, looking like Tim the Two-Man Taylor neighbor over the fence? And Jonathan still talking about he got to go to his room. Now, next thing we know, we got the doggone police pulling up. So they pull up 4, 5, 6 trucks deep, and they asking Lemmy, is there a problem? Is anybody hurt? And he was like, nobody is hurt. So they said they just pretty much wanted to do a walkthrough. Now, what stood out to me in this scene was Carry-On. He talking about, the 12 here. Let me just sit here and chill or whatever. I ain't trying to see them or whatever. I'm just going to let this go on or whatever. I'm just ready for them to go. And he was kind of trying to hide his house like, dude, what you got going on? That was very weird, peculiar, and suspicious. But, oh, shoot. Then y'all got Dylan talking about he over it. Dude, why is you here? Why is you here, Craig? Now, Milan all of a sudden comes upstairs. He want to pull Jonathan to the side, want to go into the restroom and have a private conversation. I'm thinking like, dude, really? No, we need to be seeing this. This ain't no private thing. This is Bad Boys LA. This for us to see. Now, everybody then finally came down. Of course, y'all got Rio down there. He's starting to vibe with the party. You got Moolah over here with the strippers. So everybody calming down. Jonathan, he done got his chain. And he back there in the back with Anthony. Now, Anthony talking about, I'm glad I didn't have to get involved, or I didn't get involved because Milan is my friend and Jonathan is my friend. Anthony, shut the hell up. Because you've been talking about Milan all through this doggone season, boys. Stop it. Cut it out. Now, they sending Jonathan to the doggone, the party ain't even over, and they coming to get him, talking about taking him to a hotel. I'm like, really? Like, that's pretty messed up, Zeus. Like, y'all got to do better than that, because Milan, I don't feel like that was fair. I feel like that dude and slid Rio across the entire floor, the whole house, from the upstairs, downstairs, outside, and y'all still trying to put this man in a doggone hotel. My stuff's staying in this doggone room, period. And he better not touch it. Because at this point, I'm pretty sure Milan wouldn't even touch it. I think he would get him a twin-size bed or sleep on the couch in that room at this point and let Jonathan stay. But Zeus removed Jonathan once again, so now you got Milan talking about this the next morning now. Jonathan, so he said Jonathan came back to the house with 5 dudes. So Rio says to Milan, and Milan talking about, I wish I was down there when he would have came. Dude, you was there last night and you didn't do nothing. All of a sudden today you are? Stop it. When you beg to pull this dude to the side and have a whole private conversation, stop it. Now, allegedly, Jonathan was coming back to see Gutter K or whatever or whoever before he left, but Rio just happened by coincidence to be outside at the time. And Jonathan is still maintaining that Rio hit him with a chair. So I'm supposing maybe he hit him with a chair that night. It couldn't have been that morning because as we see, Jonathan had just pulled up. So clearly, Rio didn't hit him with a chair that morning. Maybe that night. Now, what I did see, it looked like Rio wanted to hit or tried to hit Jonathan with that table after Jonathan had knocked him in the pond. So, in the little, whatever, fish pond outside of the house. So, I don't know, but Jonathan, he's leaving. He said he got to get back to the money. Where the money resides. Now, the ambulances pull up, and we got Milan sitting up here big snitching. Yeah, he pulled up and blah, 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 blah. Dude, you weren't even out there. Calm down. So, Rio allegedly was treated because he did, I guess, something happened to his hand by the chair. He was getting hit with the chair. I don't know if it put a gash on it or it bent it. Something went on with his hand, and he also stated that Jonathan was supposed to have bit him, so he needed to get a tetanus shot. Now they pulls off with Rio, and they got Milan here signing papers and stuff, so his name all in the paperwork. Now, Milan says that Jonathan actually pulled up with only 3 dudes, but the thing he was upset about is the fact that Darrell's was outside with Gutter K, and he like, why they didn't come outside and get me while all this was going on? Milan, nobody likes you at this point. Like, did you forget you already went the rounds with Darrell's and all the rest of these people? Nobody likes you because they already feel like you know, you're clout chasing or you want all the attention, whatever the case may be, that they don't like you, they don't like you. So why would they come and get you? Gutta K trying to get that doggone hairstyle from Jonathan, dude. She ain't worried about coming to get you for nothing. And the rest, y'all already know, baby, he gonna be where the drummer resides. So he definitely ain't got time to miss nothing. And then I'm just tripping on Milan, y'all, because he's talking about some, after watching my friend bleed out, like he was almost out of there or something. Dude, he had a little hand injury, a bite. Like, stop. You putting too much emphasis on it. Because he really didn't have, like, no major damage to his face, y'all. All of those rounds that they win and them blows, them uppercuts and sliding across that floor, all that, as far as what I seen from his face, he didn't have, like, no major bruises, cuts, black eyes, bust lips. He didn't have any of that. So, I don't know why he putting the emphasis on bleeding out. Man, stop it. Then Milan started talking to security. Now he begged to that he pulled up with 5 people. And y'all tired of y'all. Which one is it? Is it 3 or 5? 2 or 4? 6? And then Milan say, this has just took this show to a whole nother level. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I have to agree with that. So you got Anthony, Gutta K, the Rails, and Carry On outside. And of course, they rehashing, talking about what all happened last night, talking about what happened this morning with the chair situation. And I'm like, baby, now I don't know if anybody missed it because I don't miss anything. That's why y'all watch Famous Reality TV. But I'm thinking to myself, the night before, of course, y'all know when Gutta was going off on William and Milan was trying to calm Gutta K down. If y'all missed that part, like, Gutta had kissed Milan on his cheek or whatever the case may be. I was like, oh, you kissing grandpas now, huh? And in reality, it's just setting in on me that y'all should have been, Milan really should have had more fights than what he really had, to be honest. Based off of all of the background chatter that has been going on throughout this entire season, I really feel like he should have had more than as many as he had because, yeah. But when Gutta K talking about Rio look like a doggone camouflage dog, now he know he is something else. Because that patches was gone, baby. The braids was gone. And the red had to come through and state the facts, as I do. And pretty much, like I said before in plenty of videos, Milan, you did call that dude to the party. So stop trying to sit here and act dumbfounded by, oh, I don't know why all this going on. Why did it get to this level? Dude, the night that Jonathan pressed you on that room, the next morning you woke up, you made the best decision for you. And it was to call your friend Rio. And you didn't just call him to invite him to the party, as I said before. You called him, letting him know that Jonathan was there. And you don't know if you was going to have an issue with the dude or not because blah, 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 blah. And when a friend hear that, you already know what time a real friend, and you saying it's your best friend, is going to be on. So don't act dumbfounded when it went on. That's why you was sitting right there on that doggone dresser while they was having that conversation after the Jonathan gave Rio the shot, and they got to talking about the room, and Jonathan said it's going to be his room, and Rio said, no, it's not. It's going to be our room. I'm sharing it with him. Oh, it's going to be a problem. You was sitting right there with your arms crossed and your hand on your hip or your knee, whatever, and you knew what was going down. So stop. Don't act dumbfounded. Don't do it. You know why you called him there, period. So after that little conversation or whatever, Gutta saying, you know, he's cool, he like Jonathan, whatever the case may be with everybody and their stance on the situation, we got Curtis and Dylan walking around. Why the hell Dylan ain't got on no doggone shoes? Walking around here looking country as hell. Them socks. So Dylan messes up, of course, to my girl, to Curtis. And Curtis like, you know, you can't call me that like you call it to everybody else in the house, you know, blah, blah, blah. So Dylan was like, you know, I respect it. He's like, okay, thank you for respecting it. You know, Curtis is real genuine with his feelings and emotions. He's very grounded when it comes to his sexuality and stuff like that. So he respects people long as they respect him, whatever the case may be. So it seems like Dylan did accept what he told him kindly. or whatever. So Dylan was like, I was hearing a lot of things and stuff like this, and y'all know y'all seen Curtis, like he was peeping around the corner at one point earlier in the show. So they wasn't right there in the middle of the mess, but everybody was getting their peeks here and there. And then when Dylan talking about, because Rio's, I guess his real name is Mario, so that's where the Rio part come from. So Dylan was like, Mario was telling me that Jonathan came into the house with some dudes, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking like, who the hell let him back in the house? Dylan, who let you in there in the first place? Like, why are you there? So all of the bad boys and their new house member, Rio, they sit around the fire pit outside or whatever, and they're about to have this, guess you can say, heated discussion. So Milan, of course, as the leader, as he appears to be, based off the other episode, but the real let y'all know, baby, he ain't no leader. They all are leaders of themselves. But whatever the case may be, he let all the guys know, Rio is the new cast member on the show or whatever. So they putting their heads down, looking all type of ways. I'm thinking to myself, somebody please speak up and tell this dude, oh, he the new cast member now. Why? Because you couldn't stand up to Jonathan. You had to call back up, blah, 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 blah. Where is this energy at? It's not giving bad boys. And then people be coming to me talking about, yeah, because Gutter, the Rails, and all these people are the stars of the show, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Gutter K is lit. Energy lit. Rapping lit. All that lit. The Rails, funny as hell. All that type of stuff. But as far as how we know bad girls to go, and the way that bad boys is going, whether you like them or not, Milan did his thing on this show. Point blank, period. Because I'm not no hater. And I'm real. And someone earlier had something to say about the video that I put up about Moolah Mo and Gutter K going in, and you all can go look at the last video. Gutter K came and Moolah responded today. They had something to say about whatever. I'm going to speak the real every time. And I appreciate everybody that watch my channel and watch my videos. And when I give my commentary to you all, it's not what nobody else thinks. It's my opinion. And I am a regular person and a fan of these shows just like you all. So I am valued to have my opinion. It's accessible to me to have. So I'm going to speak my opinion and how I feel about the situation. That is what it is to me. I feel like Milan did play his cards right on this show. And he did do what was supposed to be done. And that's just period. That's not to knock nobody else. But did Jonathan come through and wreck shop on Milan? Yes, he did. But at the same time, I think outside of the box. You will never understand my way of thinking, period. But the way that I see it is Milan knew that he was, I guess you could say, the star of the show. That just is what it is. That's the direction that the show was enlightening at the time. Cameras was always on him. He always was the one fighting with people. He's always the one being mentioned in the background, in the side conversations. So why would I let somebody come on this show with the intent already knowing that I'm the star right now, come and fight me and beat me up? When chances are, in my mind, I probably know he got a 75, 95, 100% chance of beating me up. Like, I'm going to give him this glory and even trying to fight with him? No. So he took the easy route out, I guess you could say. You can call it the easy route, the smart route, the scary route, whatever you want to call it. But the dude was thinking on a certain basis. And I understand that thinking. Would I have done that? No. Because I would have went toe-to-toe with Jonathan had it been me, if I was a dude. But hey, I understand his stance on it. So you all let me know what y'all think about this doggone episode. This stuff was crazy. It's all get out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Famous Reality TV. And click that notification bell because this is about to get real.